this video is about having been arrested for trespassing at the Salvation Army's Robert J. Montgomery New Hope Homeless Shelter. It was the evening of December 16th, 2006, and it was projected to be about 24 degrees for a low that evening. So I went to the shelter. I had been thrown out of the haunted house on Prospect, and walked across the city to the homeless shelter to sign in. Well, they had a new security guard there, and he was especially rigorous when it came to enforcing the draconian sign-in procedures, when it came to frisking and searching and interrogating the people who wanted to stay there for the night. And the guy in front of me in line was a dead ringer for Harpo Marx. He didn't talk much, but he had everything but the kitchen sink in his coat. And they meticulously investigated every little artifact in his possession, and he was cleared. Even the bed bugs have been cleared there by CSPD. And so then it was my turn. So the security guard said, well, open your, he says, empty your pockets, which I did. He says, turn your pockets inside out, which I did. And he said, let me look in your wallet. I said, well, you're not going to look in my wallet. So they took me to the front desk where Jazz was working. He was the big shot. He was a young black guy who felt he ran the whole show and called the shots. And he said, either that security guard looks through your wallet or you're not allowed to stay here. I said, well, I have a right to be here and I'm going to stay. He said, no, you don't have a right to be here. And I said, that's your opinion. He always wore a black watch cap with big white letters that said FBI. I can't imagine why. And he was subsequently fired, apparently, for being a sex pervert. He was taking liberties with the homeless women at the shelter. It was all very hush-hush. But suddenly he wasn't there anymore. And that's the scuttlebutt regarding that. So he called the police, and they arrested me. They came in. They said, yes, sir, will there be anything else? And they dragged me out like a bag of garbage. They beat me up, and they threw me around, knocked me down, broke my arm, bent my glasses when they pushed me in the car, made fun of my Christian faith, and took me to the Criminal Justice Center. Cookie cutter justice, Jesus calls it. So I was there. I had 3 huts and a cot for the winter. And on March 15th, it takes about 3 months for a trial, for a case to come to trial. They took me into the courtroom. Judges Manzanarass, and the case was dismissed due to lack of interest over the hysterical objections of Judges Manzanarass, who wanted my head on a platter. The police didn't show up, and nobody showed up from the homeless shelter. So I congratulated my public defender on a job well done, and I was acquitted. How could it be otherwise? You know, the Lord is my defense, and He's my advocate. And blessed be the name of the Lord.